Hi, welcome to my channel. 4D. What is 4D? 4D is your life in here that you're seeing reflected back to you in the 3D. First of all, I'm a coach and I'm an author. I'm going to talk to you now about changing yourself energetically in order to see different on the outside, because if the inside changes, the outside absolutely has to change. It cannot stay the same. And how to do that? How do you even go about doing that when you're in the funk that you're in? Okay, right. First of all, let's talk about how you might be allowing other people to impact your energy. So other people's actions are impacting how you feel. So in that case, other people's actions are impacting you energetically. So your energy is, let's say somebody's treating you in a particular way. They keep doing it, it keeps bothering you, you keep dwelling in it, you keep wondering why it's happening, you keep considering, could it be this, could it be that, what if I did this different, what if I did that? So you let their behaviour impact you internally. So if that impacts you internally, it is going to impact you externally too. So that's what you want to look at doing. Like, okay, somebody's behaved in a certain way towards me, well, give a shit. Okay, that is their problem. I'm not going to let it be my problem. I'm not going to let it affect my day. I'm just not going to let somebody else's behaviour impact me to such a degree that I am going to just be seeing that in my 3D, because it's going to be what's going on inside of me internally. And that is a practice. You'll say give a shit and you won't actually mean it in that moment, but you have to keep saying it, because if you let somebody else's behaviour impact you, you will grow that energy within you and you will see more and more of that reflected back to you. So you've got to stop allowing that to happen. When you stop allowing other people's behaviour and words and things that they say to you getting to you like that, they will stop doing it. It will stop happening, because you're not clinging onto the energy of it, you're not dwelling in the energy of it. So different has to start happening. So if you keep letting the external dictate your feelings, then you will keep seeing more of that and you will be in that vibe, and that's what you will attract to you. If you want to look at the attraction point, that's it, your vibe. So as I said in my video I might have done the last time or the time before, I'm not sure because I'm shooting 3 today, when I was in a low vibe, I dropped my phone in the bath and I allowed myself to be in that vibe for 2 whole days, which is crazy for me because I just don't do that anymore. I don't allow that to go on for that long, and I did. And everything that happened to me during that 2 days was on that level, was on that vibrational frequency, because it had to be. It couldn't be any different. As soon as I got out of it, everything started to change and good things started to flow in because I just opened the floodgates. It's instant. As soon as you change that vibe up, it's instant. But again, you cannot change the outside if you do not change the inside. And you'll know that, because if you've been going on with the same old showing up for you for, let's say, a couple of years, you know what's going on inside of you. And you might say, but that's happening and then that's making me feel like that. But no, it isn't that way at all. Sometimes something happens in life that you're not quite sure why it's happened. You can't quite pinpoint your feelings of what was going on, but something happened that was negative. Let's say, for instance, it's a person and you feel them pulling away. Maybe they sent you a text or something that made you think, oh, that's not what I normally get from them. If you are overthinking texts like that, it's because in some way there's some insecurity within you, either in general or regarding this relationship, because otherwise you wouldn't be questioning texts like that. But maybe you see something that you don't like and it feels different, and then you latch onto that energy of that feels different. So maybe they're pulling away, and then the next text comes and it's a little bit more distant, and then the next text doesn't come for a while, and when it does, it's even a little bit more distant, because you've built it. You've kind of latched onto that energy and you've grown it and grown it and grown it. Whereas if you just ignored the first thing, let's say, you'd had that feeling, but you'd ignored it. You go, no, disregard that. That's not true. Forget it. It would have gone away and it wouldn't have grown. But because you've latched onto the energy of it, you have grown it within. And when you grow it within, it has to grow on the outside. So something has to change internally. If you've been having a lot of crappy things happen and you know that it's, you can be honest and go, yeah, it is because of what's going on inside me, but I can't get out of it. Say to yourself this, I've learned this about myself. This is not bad that I know this stuff, because I will never be the same person again. Because you won't. Let's say you've been in a relationship that has kind of gone wrong and you know what was going on internally with you that has contributed to it. You will never be that version of yourself again. Not exactly as, even if you're just slightly less, you will not be, because you will be consciously aware of your feelings the next time around. So something will be different, whether it's majorly different or minorly different, something will be different. And then if it happens again, you will be even better equipped to deal with it the next time. We learn something about ourselves. Every time something happens that isn't great, we learn something about ourselves in the way that we handle it, in the way that we react, in the way that we allow our feelings to continue or don't allow them to continue. We are learning all of the time. That is the way to look at this. But something has to give on the inside in order for something to give on the outside. Something has to be different. So start small. You know, if you're noticing, God, I know I can't, there's no way I can get out these shitty feelings because this is happening and that's happening and it's bombarding me, and so I am then locked in this cycle. Just pick out one thing that isn't so important to you, that you can change your feelings on, that you practice with. You think, okay, I'm going to try and change myself on the scale. At the moment, I'm such low vibe, I'm like a 2, and I'm going to see if I can get to a 4. Just look at it like that. Look at it in small increments. I want to improve the way I feel by 20%, say, to start with. Look in percentages, look in numbers like that, but bring it down, because the whole you changing that significantly seems so unobtainable to you in the moment, in this moment. Look at it in small increments, because a small shift like that can have a huge impact on your external, on the 3D. It really can. You might think it's insignificant, but it's not. No change is insignificant. Any change will be significant, because it will be something different than that's going on at the moment. And if you don't see an instant change, don't do it to see change. That's the thing. That is actually the important thing here. Whatever you do, don't do it in order to see change. Do it in order to feel better, and then change happens naturally. You don't look for that change because you're almost not expecting it. You're just doing it because you know you want to shift something internally, because you'll feel better. And what is better than feeling better? Nothing. So take the expectation of the outside changing and bring it all internal. Go, if I feel better, then that's just all that's important, isn't it? Does it even matter? If I don't see a change on the outside, but I'm feeling better, it's more important actually for me to feel better than it is to see a change on the outside. If you can look at it around that way, turn it around, because it is, isn't it? Surely the better thing is that you feel better on the inside. And actually, if you do everything with that in mind, you'll turn around one day and you'll think, oh my God, look at the outside, how much it's changed. I hadn't even really noticed it, but look, this has changed. This is now like this when it was like that. And you will notice all of those things. But really, you will be feeling better. You will have learned a new way of living. So you can't, again, I'm just going to reiterate it, you cannot change the 3D if the 4D remains the same. Something has to change on the inside, and you start from that point knowing that. So your intention is to change something on the inside, but go small to start with. If it just feels too huge to even start shifting that bigger stuff, go small and change little things. And those little things will have an impact, and you will see something happen on the outside that was kind of unexpected, and you'll think, wow, how did that happen? Well, because you made that tiny change on the inside. You changed something internally, so something had to change externally. Right, I'm going to leave it there, because this can go on, can't it, this subject? And I could easily go on, but I've got a bit of a sore throat now. I've been talking for quite a long time, given that I've shot 2 other videos before this one. I hope that this was useful, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I'd love for you to do that.